Hey everybody, welcome to the Renew Show. Thank you for tuning in. As I said in the video this morning, our guest wasn't able to make it on, so we decided to move one of our topics up a couple of weeks and talk about it this week. So we want to know from you guys, and we're going to discuss our own as well. What are your guilty pleasures? What are some of the foods that you eat that you either know you shouldn't, or if you do, you indulge and go crazy on, or when you want to have it, you'll rearrange your whole diet, you'll rearrange your whole day or week worth of eating just to fit that thing in. And also, what are some foods that you know are healthy, you know are good for you, but they're just so disgusting or so gross, or the thought of it grosses you out, you just can't eat it. Even if it cured whatever disease you were diagnosed with, you still wouldn't eat it. So I have a couple of those. So you're looking at me weird, but there's a couple of things I wouldn't eat. If I lost 100 pounds today from eating that, I probably couldn't do it.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go first. So I'm just going to mention the food that people claim is healthy. I don't know if it's healthy, first of all, and even if it is, it's just so gross I couldn't handle it. That's onions.
Oh.
I couldn't. I smell onions and I'm grossed out by it. I can't. Onions are just...
Something's just wrong with you. I mean, I don't like onions either, but you act like it's a disease. I don't know. You act like it's poison that someone's trying to attack you with.
Is it like the whole flavor, or is it the texture of the onions that gets you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Okay.
It's the texture, it's the taste, it's the smell, it's the look of an onion. Everything combined.
Okay.
Yes, I can't take it, especially when you start to cook them in something and they get translucent, and that's when it looks kind of creepy, like a thick fingernail or something. Like, yeah, I can't deal with onions.
That's funny.
I'm not the only one, right? Are you? Please, anybody else out there? I see some of you guys there. Pete, I see Susan out there. I see Alicia. Tell me you guys don't like onions too. Please. Lori.
So.
Matthew does like it or doesn't?
He hates onions.
Oh, okay, good. So you married a good one.
Yeah. He hates tomatoes too, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. You hit the jackpot.
Yeah, that's it. You know, those were the top things that I was looking for when I was looking for a spouse. So it's like, they've got to hate onions and tomatoes. So it's like, check.
Yeah. So God hooked you up.
Yep, he did.
That was at the top of your list, huh?
It was. It was.
Okay, gotcha.
It was right above integrity.
Yes, I dislike onions, but
Okay.
I'm not to Khalif's extent by any means.
Yeah, onions aren't my favorite either. I like onion flavor because I'll use like onion powder in cooking, but I don't like the texture of them and the sliminess when they're grilled, and
yeah, they bug me.
Yeah, but you know, it's not like the plague or something. So. Oh, that's funny.
We did get a comment from someone who said onions is one. Onions are disgusting. Any food that makes you cry is evil. Onions are poison. So,
okay.
I don't see anybody else commenting on onions yet. I bet you they all will. They're saving it up.
That's what it is.
They don't want to type like hateful comments right away, so they're saving up the onion comment.
That's it.
Right, right.
I figured it.
Oh, Zen loves onions and garlic. See, you're from California, Zen, so that's like, that's like a whole different culture out there. Oh, and Lori and Pete, they all like onions. Oh, Pete used to eat them raw? Come on.
My dad did that too.
Yeah. He'd eat the onion like an apple.
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah. My grandfather would do the same thing. He would eat it like an apple.
I mean, I know onions are supposed to have a sweetness to them, but that's not enough of a sweetness where I want to bite into one. That's
I never taste sweetness.
Pleasant. Yeah.
They're so pretty though. Like red onions are so beautiful. I wish I could eat it, but.
So Elizabeth Santos Davison also says that she loves onions. So I'm really just Alicia loves onions. Everybody does. I'm outvoted here.
I like onion flavoring, like onion powder. So, but you won't see me slicing up an onion to put it on a burger or something.
Good, good. Okay, who wants to go next and share something? Either one, a guilty pleasure or a gross food that you hate.
I have a long list of gross foods that are supposed to be healthy, but
Yeah.
I hate. Like I have
Start us off. Start us off. I know what you're gonna say. I know one of them.
I disagree.
oatmeal. I hate oatmeal. I forced myself to eat it. I don't know. People are like, oh, it's just the texture. So they had me try steel cut. And I'm like, no, it's just the nasty that is oatmeal.
The
I
nasty.
don't like oatmeal. No.
But what do you think? But what do you think it is? Is it a combination of things?
I think it's the texture and the smell and just like when you eat it, it's like gross. Like I don't know how to describe what it is to me. And I've tried making my own. I've tried, the instant packs. Like Matt loves the instant things, and I don't know. I've tried so hard for oatmeal.
Just not your thing.
Yeah, and yogurt is another thing.
Yeah, I know you hate yogurt.
I hate yogurt. But there's one yogurt that I will eat. It's the Dannon. It's like caramel macchiato, and I only like it because it doesn't taste like yogurt. So if the yogurt doesn't taste like yogurt, I like it. But I don't like the smell of yogurt. I don't like the texture. People are like, use Greek yogurt for sour cream. And I'm like, no, I'll use sour cream for sour cream. Cause
Khalif tries to convince people of that too.
No, don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in that. It's against my religion. So, yeah, sour cream or yogurt and oatmeal. I'm also really freaked out by, is it quinoa? Is that how you say it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The whole thing freaks me out. I've never tried it, but just looking at them freaks me out. It's like I don't want to get it and eat it. Like it freaks me out. I don't know. Okay, I told 3 of them, so I'll stop or I'll talk the whole show about food.
I will say quinoa is hard for me. I'm not a fan of it yet either. So, but I think I need to try it again, maybe a few more times to see if something changes.
Yeah, I've seen people, talk the praises of it and stuff, but it's just like...
Yeah, I didn't like the texture of it, and I guess I didn't wash it enough to get all the bitterness out, so I got a little bit of bitter. I just didn't like it. No.
Yeah, and rice. I hate rice.
Okay, you know what, Sarah? You just a carb hater. Get out of here. No.
I'm sorry. And I don't like bread either, so...
See, something's going on. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just whatever. Okay, you go and tell us.
There is one thing that comes to mind that Khalif loves that I cannot tolerate: cottage cheese.
Oh, I love cottage cheese.
I can't do it. I can't stand the feel of the little curds in my mouth. That's so nasty. It grosses me out.
It's like rotted milk, kind of.
Yes, like it's not right.
And you're like, I'm going to willingly eat this. I don't.
No. Like it needs to be smooth. I can't have little crumbles like that. That is not okay. Like you can't be crumbly and a liquid at the same time. Like that's just wrong.
Oh man.
That's just a sign that something is rotten. That's just not good.
Well,
not good.
What makes cottage cheese worse is if you put honey in it, honey breaks down cottage cheese immediately. So you put like raw honey for some reason. I'll do it overnight and I forget, and in the morning it's like almost all water because the honey breaks it down. I don't know why, it just breaks it down.
See, I am a cottage cheese purist. I do not put it with other things. Like I see you putting it in all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I'll pray for you, Khalif, because that's not how you eat cottage cheese. And I only eat small curd, and I don't do the low fat. I can't stand the taste of it. I have to have the 4%, as fat as we can get.
As fat as possible.
I usually do
That is it. As fat as we can go. That's what I have to have. And I just put pepper on it, and that's it. My whole family thinks I'm crazy for putting pepper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird
I
one.
passed it on to my niece, too. She does the same thing.
You can at least say
Even me
cinnamon.
to you though.
Look, I chop up apples into very little tiny squares and then put cinnamon on it, and the cottage cheese tastes so good like that.
In the cottage cheese, see, I don't think sweet things should go to the cottage cheese. Like, it's a savory thing to me. It's because I put the pepper on it. That's why.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. All right, so Pete said that quinoa is bird seed, and oh, I forgot this about Melody, about Zennick.
Yeah.
She's from Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
I'm blaming, her being in California for why she likes onions, but she's
Michigan people know what's right.
I won't say anything.
I'm sure she drinks Verner's too when she has an upset stomach, because that's what Michigan people do.
I don't even know what that is. So.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for you. I should ship you some Verner's. It's a ginger drink. It's not really ginger ale, and it's not ginger beer. It's a soda, but it is like the magic medicine that cures all sickness in Michigan. Like, it's like, oh, you got a broken leg? Drink some Verner's. You'll be fine.
Nice.
It's just like, I don't know, and it makes you feel better. You can't have 7-Up or like Canada Dry ginger ale. It's got to be Verner's. And it's only sold in Michigan and like the top of Ohio. Which I don't know why we're sharing with Ohio.
But they're kind of weird too. Mark's not here to defend them, so they're weird.
Yeah.
Lori has hopes that she loves cottage cheese, the low-fat one, and she likes it with pineapple. Thank you.
I've got the shivers thinking about cottage cheese.
Susan says she hates it too.
Do you know what I'm going to do for Halloween next year? I'm going to send Sherry Ann cottage cheese and onion.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely a true Michigan person.
Yeah.
Says Verner's is awesome.
Oh, yeah. What, girl? She knows.
Sarah, now that's just something I love. I love ginger anything, and I love, ginger ale. So you should send me some Verner's. I would love that.
Okay, I will. I'll get you some Verner's.
And cottage cheese.
Yeah. No. Verner's with love. Cottage cheese is for Halloween. I'll save it.
All right, so someone left a comment on the other video, and a couple of people mentioned here, it looks like Susan started off, about liver. I've never had liver, but everything I've heard about liver makes me not want to try it, except for watching Bizarre Foods. So I would want to try it.
Since I was a child, they've tried to feed me just liver or any organ meat.
Yeah,
the smell and the texture, I cannot. There's just no way.
It's like if you have it in your own body, you don't want to eat it from anything else's kind of thing. Like,
it's just dense and it smells. It's just gross. I don't know how you can eat that. Ugh.
No. My mom's mom, when she goes out to a restaurant and stuff, she'll order liver and onions from a place, and I'm like, why? Like, why?
I don't even know anywhere that sells liver and onions.
I don't know anyone either. I don't know anyone under 80 who eats liver and onions.
My dad, he likes it. He's not 80.
Oh, Alicia says she loves liver.
Oh. Or, I can't remember what it is, but my dad ate it all the time. It's like this pressed meat, and it comes in a tube. Liverwurst, that's what it is. Oh, God. Oh, God.
That.
Oh, man. I remember when I was a kid, and my mom would make him liverwurst and onion sandwiches for when he went to work. And thank God he worked in the woods and not some confined office or something. But, he would eat those all the time. And he even eats liverwurst now, and it's just...
Let me see if we have any more of the liver ones. Lori has hope says that liver is so gross. So at least
Yeah, I
that's
can
another
do
one. And
without
you
that.
know, Susan started off by saying she wouldn't eat liver. So yeah, I said I would like to try it, but I would need to read like reviews online and find like a place that the person gets all 5 stars on Yelp or something for
Yeah.
making good liver. I don't
No.
want to go to someone's house and they're like a mediocre cook. And
Yeah,
they
you need to find some little old grandma who like liver is her speciality kind of thing.
exactly.
And don't take Sherry Ann with you because she can't handle it.
Yeah, I'll stay home. I'll be all right.
We got some more cottage cheese eaters too.
What?
Elise,
Guys, you can have all the cottage
cottage
cheese in my
cheese
house.
and mango. What about that? You like mango, Sherry Ann? What about cottage cheese and mango?
Oh,
No, I'll eat the mango, and you can have the cottage cheese. But the
oh,
two don't
man.
need to meet.
Do you
I don't
know?
care what fruit it is. Nothing.
And
Mm-mm.
Crystal, who's Pink Fairy, she says I love cottage cheese with pepper too.
Yeah.
You know what, babe? You know, I'm thinking that's like how people like grits. Like some people like it savory, some people like it sweet. Maybe that's how
Mhm.
people feel about cottage cheese.
That could be. Yep. I've never had grits.
Wow. I'm sorry. A lot of things just hit me at one time. You said you never had grits, so that just hit me. Kind of hurt my heart a little bit.
I'm sorry. My dad has a box of grits in his cupboard and he eats grits. Maybe I'll ask him to make me some grits.
You have to have
But
grits.
guess what? But I never had grits until I was with Khalif when we were engaged. So I never had it until I was an adult, and he told me how to prepare it. You know what I mean? So that was my introduction to grits.
Yep.
So actually, I've never had grits sweet. I've only had them savory.
I don't know. I actually had no idea that you could have them either way. Like I didn't
Well,
saw the box of grits in the cupboard. I'm like, okay.
they're like rice. I mean, it's like any grain. Like they don't have a taste on their own. It's the texture, and then they absorb the flavor of whatever you put in it. So some people put salt and butter. Some people put sugar and cheese. You know, so it just depends on what you want to do.
So it goes right in that whole family of like rice and the quinoa.
Pretty much.
But
So you probably won't like it. So you probably won't want it.
But it's so small and fine. The grains are a little bit bigger than grains of sand, so it's not like it's something big.
But quinoa is pretty small grain. Actually, but honestly, I don't like quinoa, but I do like grits. So I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we can try it someday. I'm not sure. I'll go to my dad's house one day when he's eating grits, and I'll be like, "Hey, you can have a
Give me like this much.
Just a tiny little thing."
Susan.
Babe, what's wrong?
Susan is in North Carolina, and she says, I don't like grits either. What?
See? I'm probably with you, Susan. I probably don't like them either.
Susan, were you born in North Carolina? Did you move there from, like, Michigan or somewhere like that? How do you not like
That
grits?
does sound really, really not right, you know, a southern person not liking grits.
She doesn't like beans either.
Well, I don't really, I guess I'm okay with beans, but I know she didn't like when I made the black bean brownie. She's like, "How dare you?" And
Those are so good, though.
I thought they were great too.
They
She's like,
are.
"No more beans."
So, okay, I know I'm going to say this wrong. It was JJ Miss Ma'am. I know I probably mixed up where the inflections go. She says, I love liver and onions smothered in gravy. Yummo.
I guess the gravy helps. If you smother anything with gravy, you might be able to eat it.
It doesn't help the texture of that liver, though. I can't. I don't want to revisit that. That's like a childhood nightmare for me.
There's this.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, sorry. My dad tells a story of when him and my mom were first married, and he wanted liver, and she refused to cook the liver. She wouldn't cook it. So he made it, and then she threw away the frying pan afterwards because she refused to cook anything from the frying pan. Like, sounds like my mom.
That's so bad.
Hey, My dad eats some really weird things. I must have got my mom's taste buds because he's really adventurous and I am not quite as much.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like ultra picky with certain things.
Yeah, it's like, how did I get fat? Like,
Because all these foods that we're naming are like 10 calories a serving.
I know.
That's
I know. But then it's like, Nutella? Give me that. I love it. You know? Did someone say Twinkies? Yes.
You should have some Nutella tonight since you mentioned it. You should have some after the show.
Oh, no. It's not good for heartburn.
Oh, okay, fine. After this is over, then you should have some.
Oh, sure.
Rob Reno said that he would not eat any gamey meat like venison, rabbit, or wild birds. That he hates the taste.
I'm with you. I like cow.
And Susan, Lori, and Zen all agreed. I've never had anything that's considered gamey. Maybe goat, but I think that's probably tame. You know, it's not as wild as the other meats like that.
It's not running free in the wilderness eating random things.
Yeah.
You know?
But I wouldn't mind. I think if I could get over the texture, there's probably nothing I wouldn't mind trying at least once. Like I mean, and this isn't just healthy stuff, but I wouldn't mind eating organs. I wouldn't mind eating, like the thought of eating an eyeball doesn't gross me out. It's just biting into it when I snap through it, the texture would probably throw me off, and I would, when you bite into it, then you get the goo. It's like a tomato, like eating a grape tomato. Or cherry tomato, one of the two.
Yum.
You know? Yeah, so that's the only thing will be the texture. But the thought of eating the eyeball of a goat or something does not like throw me off. But I don't think I can get past the texture.
I don't think I could eat goat eyeballs. I'm willing to try anything kind of sorta. I guess it depends on what mood I'm in. But eyeballs are definitely on my list of things never to eat unless I'm dying and have to.
Yeah, I think you're on your own with the eyeballs, Kali.
Yeah, my dad will try them with you, though. Actually, he's probably already eating them, so. Yeah.
I
don't mind gamey meat.
You don't mind it?
That's something. No. I don't think I can eat something gamey often, but, you know, I don't have a problem with it by itself. Like, you know, I don't mind eating some venison or something.
So you like venison? Like... Yeah. If somebody gave you venison meat, you'd be like,
I've had it in a long time.
No, I don't like venison at all.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I don't.
I've had it. I mean, it's been a long time, but I do like it.
Yeah, and not liking venison is like sacrilegious here because it's like hunting. Because I live in northern Michigan, and it is hunting season right now. And everybody's like so excited about their deer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go buy hamburger. Like, not for me.
Yeah, we have a lot of deer and black bears, so you know you can find the meat of either of those animals pretty easily. You know, but mainly by hunters. They'll hunt it and skin it and do all that. But I haven't had either. Although my uncle loves bear meat. And he just says it's very good, it's very tender, it has a lot of flavor, but I just haven't had a chance to try it. So what else do we have? Alicia said that she loves venison. I've never had that either, which is weird because we have so many deer here.
Yeah.
And of course Susan is something else. I tell you, she said that exactly what she did about the liver. She told David if he cooks liver in her cookware, he is buying her new cookware. You can wash it afterwards.
But it's been tainted. I would do the same thing.
That's so funny.
And then we have a question. What about frog legs?
Oh, no way.
I would try them. Like frog legs and like alligator, I would try that. I wouldn't mind.
I guess I would
I'm
try.
just so curious.
I might try a little bite, but how many frogs do you have to eat to like satisfy you? They're so tiny. You probably get down 100 or something. Yeah, no frog legs.
I would definitely be willing to try some new proteins sources.
I think I'm the same way. I wouldn't mind trying different things, at least once. I mean, like I said, the different parts of, but only thing is I can't have meat that's raw.
Oh God, no.
Like Sherry Ann and I used to watch, what is the show with Andrew Zimmern? Bizarre Foods.
Bizarre Foods, yeah.
And he would go to any tribe, any place, and he would eat things like they would catch fish in Alaska and then just bury it in the ground for 3 months and then take it out and eat it, and it's rotted, and that's good for them, and they love it. He would just go and eat that with no problem. I couldn't do things like that, where we're just not used to those things. But I would definitely like to eat other animal parts like brain and things like that, kidney.
Yeah, I can do without the extraness that Khalif is going into right now.
This is my dad. He used to eat, his grandpa would eat scrambled eggs and cow brains together for breakfast. Yuck. He was German, so maybe that had something to do with it.
It's a cultural thing.
Long stomachs.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. So, yeah.
Thinking about the health foods, we did an elimination diet a few months ago, and from that, I don't ever want to try a non-whey protein powder ever again. I don't want pea protein, I don't want hemp protein, and I don't want rice protein. None of those protein powders, I don't want them to touch my lips ever again. They were all gross. They were all bad.
Yeah. I still have a hard time adjusting to protein powder. It's that aftertaste that gets me. That, I push through it. I try and blend it in with other things, but probably by the time I'm done, it's like pretty much not.
I definitely think some are better than others.
Yeah.
But honestly, the whey is better than the experience we've had with the other stuff. Yeah. What did you think of them, Khalif? You didn't mind them as much, right?
No, I didn't mind. Well, I think it was for you. I thought it was the texture that got to you of them. I didn't think you had a huge problem with the taste. I mean, the taste wasn't great, but we would talk, and you would say you didn't like the texture. For me, if you mix it with a banana and an avocado, we couldn't do bananas. I think we had avocado and other things to help make it smooth. With kale and spinach and those things, it were tolerable. I made one the other day and made the mistake of using hemp protein and pea protein together, and I couldn't drink it. I actually had to bring it home the next day and put 2 medjool dates in it and grind it up again just to add that sweetness to it, because it was it was just like disgusting chalk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just think there's
I remember the texture was horrible.
Oh. And there's somebody out there who's like, I love pea protein. It's my favorite.
But it's not bad. Like, if you think you would have a problem with whey protein, even people who are lactose intolerant usually can have whey protein. It really, like, you have to test it out really for yourself.
Right.
But if for some reason you can't tolerate whey, some people are actually allergic to whey, pea protein isn't bad if you need to get in more protein, or rice protein even. Rice protein, the texture that's rough. That's like clay and chalk mixed together.
2 of my things I really don't like to eat. So, another health thing that people really love that I cannot stand is those little, I don't know if they're called Mio or Mayo squirt drops you put into
the Mio,
your
yeah.
Oh, I saw Sherry Ann's drink and I saw it was colored and I'm like, oh, I hate those things. Or those.
Well, this one's the Sani and it's pretty tasty, but yes, it's another one of those drops.
The crystal light things.
Yeah, I can't do any of those, and I always make fun of Sherry Ann, but I really did like the ones that I posted yesterday. Like, Dasani sent us some to try out.
Really? Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to be honest about it. And I had some, I was like, wow, this is really good. It was really good. It was hard for me to go. I drank 1 bottle of that, and it was hard for me to go back to a regular bottle of water with my next drink. Because Man, this is really good, but I was like, I have to drink water. I can't just keep drinking.
It's addicting.
Yeah. It's the aftertaste that gets me in those, like that taste. Like I can't buy flavored water, anything like that. None of that. It's like water has to be just water for me, unless we're gonna put like make Kool-Aid, you know, with lots of sugar and stuff.
Yeah, it's the fake sugar aftertaste. I can't put too much because I can't get the aftertaste. That's nasty. It is.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's I tested out a protein powder the other day, and it had amazing macros, but it had an aftertaste. I'm saying, oh, that's why, because they didn't put anything to sweeten it except this artificial stuff that you can taste.
Yeah.
Rob said, wow, when I was growing up, and he grew up in Michigan, while I was growing up, my grandma would come to the farm after the pigs were slaughtered and grind the brain and add gelatin and make what is known as... Yeah.
Yuck.
I've seen it before, and I've just seen the fat, like, just kind of like wiggling off of a piece when you cut it.
Oh gosh, let's not go there, please, because my stomach isn't exactly strong right now.
Okay. Let's not talk about that cheese anymore.
Don't talk about that. Might have to take a break.
Well, at least we're saving the good stuff for the second half of the show.
Yes,
so,
exactly. Let's move towards things we like.
Well, Rob did ask a question, but I'm trying to make sure that I have the full question before I go ahead. So if you had anything to say, you can say it before I...
Okay.
This,
I have one more thing. Another very popular... What?
No, I'm saying go ahead. I have one too after you.
Okay, you can go first.
Oh, well, I don't hate it so much, but I'm not a fan, and it's really popular, is chia seeds. I don't like chia seeds as much as people do.
I have a bag of them. I've never used them.
I use ours very slowly. I just don't like them. I'd rather use the ground flaxseed. I don't like chia seeds.
Yeah. I think it's the seedy things. Like, I don't get that. I don't like that either. Like, I don't know. All these recipes call for you to grind them up in there or put them in smoothies and stuff. And
yeah, I don't like those. So go ahead.
Okay, sorry. You knew this one was coming. Is the popular thing that I don't like?
Oh, Quest bars.
How can you not like a Quest bar?
They're so gross. Khalif, even Matthew doesn't like them. And then I gave them to my nieces to try, and they spat it out. And then the other day, Matt's like, we have a peanut butter protein bar. And they're like, oh, what exciting, cool. And they're like, wait, are they those Quest bars? And Matt's like, yes. And they're like, we don't want it. So it's I don't know. I don't know what the textures and the aftertaste comes. One I can stand, like if I had to eat, is the cookie dough thing. I could do that one.
Okay.
Rest of them, no. And I even tried heating them up, like you said. It didn't work for me.
No, did you make the cereal?
Nope.
No. I have a video on my channel making cereal.
I know. I saw it, but why?
Yeah, I like probably only 2 of the flavors of them too. Like, I don't like all of them. But interestingly enough, like, as far as other brands of protein bars go, I don't like a lot of protein bars because they also have aftertaste and stuff that I don't like.
The one that I found that I liked is Pure Protein, and that's probably because they're coated in chocolate, so...
That does help.
Yeah, I tried Pure Protein, and it was over 300 calories, and I said, wow, this is going to taste amazing because it's 300 calories. And I tasted it. I actually think I did a review of it because it was like, it shocked me that it wasn't that good. And I'm saying, why is it not this good? But a Quest bar is 160 calories and tastes amazing.
No. See, you got a huge Pure Protein bar. The ones I get are so much smaller, and they're like 150 calories each. They're like this big. Yours, the other one was like, holy cow, 300 calories? What the heck are they putting in New Jersey's Pure Protein bar?
And I got it from a convenience store. It wasn't even like GNC or Vitamin Shop.
Okay.
Just a regular convenience store. All right, so Rob has a question that we're probably going to have to think about. So I'll ask it now, and then I'll give my one of the guilty pleasures, and then we can try to answer it. Say you had to limit yourself for a lifetime to one of each of the following. What would you choose? One fruit, one veggie, one meat source, one carb, and one kind of candy bar.
Well, I know the candy bar already. So.
Candy bar, carb, or bread, meat, veggie, and fruit. One of each of those for a lifetime.
Hmm.
And I think I'm going to start with just saying one of my. Well, I guess I have to say two of my things that would be considered guilty pleasures. Pretty much, it's just fat, and not animal fat, but all other types of fat. Usually, like dairy and byproducts of dairy. But so milk chocolate. So anything, like if I can take something chocolate and put it on my tongue and have it melt, that's just amazing. And then the peanut butter is the other thing. And combine them together, and you get Reese's. And so my candy bar choice would actually take two of my guilty pleasures. I mean, I'm the type, like how you are with Nutella. I can really sit with peanut butter and just take spoonfuls, and do. Or I would take. I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and the peanut butter would be like 1.5 inches thick. It really would be, my layer of peanut butter would be thicker than both slices of bread if you just laid them down. And then I would just like almost make a swimming pool, and I put the jelly inside of it because I knew if I just put it on top, it would slide around.
You have to have the barrier to keep it in.
Yeah, so I would have to do that. So for me, it would the candy bar would probably be one of the Reese's bars, probably the one the crisp, because it feels like it's lighter. So there's one that's like a thing. So yeah, I'll probably do that as my candy bar. My meat source, oh man, I don't know if I could choose between ground beef and chicken breast. That's really tough. Wow, I would say lean ground beef, like at least 93.7, or even 99% lean. If I could find that and consistently get that, I would do that as my meat source. The vegetable would probably be broccoli, and the carb most likely would be sweet potatoes. The fruit would. So I'm trying to think of what could just cover a wide range of things. Maybe a banana. And I think I've named them all, right? Yeah. Fruit, veggie, meat source, carb, and candy bar.
Okay.
All right. Either of you ladies ready?
I guess, yeah, I think I can go. So for fruit, I have to pick pineapples. I think pineapples are just the most delicious things known to man. Oh, man. So I'll take pineapples. Okay, vegetables, like I don't really have a vegetable that I love, so I can take anything. So I'll take broccoli because it's easy. Why not? We'll just stick with broccoli. As far as a carb, rice. I'm Jamaican, people. Give me rice and I'm happy.
Come on.
As far as meat, I'm going to go with my favorite dish, which is actually oxtail, because the meat is very tender, and I just love oxtail. So if I had to pick something I had to eat, it would have to be oxtail. And for candy bar, Snickers, because Snickers really satisfies. I don't really love chocolate as much as Khalif does, but with chocolate, it has to have other things in it for me to enjoy. Like I have to have some salty with my sweet, and Snicker is just a perfect combination of nuts and saltiness, and a Snicker is a perfect candy bar. So that's me.
Okay. Let's see. My fruit, that's hard because I really love watermelon and strawberry, but I think I'd pick watermelon. My veggie would be corn on the cob. My meat, I don't know. I really don't like meat right now, but I think I would pick steak, a nice, juicy, tender, cooked all the way through steak. No pink or blood or anything like that.
Right.
My carb, probably mashed potato, but the instant kind that has the cheese in it, that's what I would. And then
That's a good choice.
yeah, see, I've got a great meal happening right here. And then what was the last one? A candy bar?
A candy bar.
See, it's between Snickers and Hershey's milk chocolate, but I think I'd choose Snickers because it's more satisfying. I agree. You get that. Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, so before we forget about the Quest bar, man, I'm sorry, that blasphemy just kind of hit me. But we asked, would you try the new Quest protein powder?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I'd give it a try.
Have you seen these? I'm making a lot of noise, huh? But the Quest protein potato chips?
I've seen them advertised, yeah.
Yeah. Hell, I'm going to try them soon. I actually tried one and made a video and erased the video by accident. So, but yeah, so 21 grams of protein in a bag of potato chips.
Yeah, I guess.
And 5 grams of carbs. So yeah, I mean that's good that you would at least give it a try.
I would try it.
And Janice said ice cream is the thing that's like her guilty pleasure, so much so that she can't keep it in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't buy a lot of ice cream either. I don't think it's something we could keep in abundance in our house.
See, now that's not for me. Like we have 2 half gallons of ice cream in the freezer right now, and they'll sit there for a while. Probably also because I can't really eat dairy right now, so that's got nothing to do with it.
My thing is like I don't love ice cream. You know, like it's not something I'm like, I want ice cream every day. Like I'm not like that. But it's one of those things that because it's so soft and let it melt, and I can eat a lot at once.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just be gone. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, I'd rather just not have it around.
Yeah, it could just slide right down your throat.
Yeah, it just it's just gone.
So one of the things that, and Rob reminded me of this, I'm going to say Rob's thing first, and then I have to say one of my not only guilty pleasure, but one of the things that I absolutely love that grosses people out. But he says, have you ever made a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yes.
That's like grilled cheese just with peanut butter and jelly.
Yes. So good.
Michigan thing.
It is so delicious. Oh my gosh, I never knew peanut butter and jelly could go to another level of beautiful.
How do you make it? What do you do exactly?
I make mine on my George Foreman grill because it's that grill.
George Foreman.
You know, so it makes it healthier if you make it on the George Foreman grill. And I don't butter it at all, you know. Okay. I just peanut butter, and you make the little sides so the jelly doesn't squirt out. Mm-hmm. Jelly, bread, and then just grill it up to beautiful perfection.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It's so good. Also try it on a tortilla shell. That's also delicious.
I do that. I do make it on, but I don't grill. I never thought of that. I do make little peanut butter and jelly burritos, but I don't grill it.
Grill it. It's so good.
All right, babe. You know what we're doing next, right?
What are we doing next?
Grilling peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely. Sure.
So the thing that I love is peanut butter, jelly, and a slice of American cheese. That is so good.
I've never, ever seen anybody do that.
Interestingly enough, like I don't love peanut butter, so not that part, but I love jelly and cheese together. Like when I was a kid, I always did that with crackers and cheese. I would put jelly on top. I thought it was so good.
Yeah, I never did that.
It just tastes good together.
People do that, and then people will eat. They'll have cheese eggs, and then they'll have like jelly and toast or something, or jelly in some part of their breakfast. So in the same bite, you're getting jelly and cheese.
That too.
And people don't, and that's not a big deal for people, but say peanut butter, jelly, and cheese, and people are like, oh, that's so gross. It's so good.
See, but when I eat, I don't mix foods together. Foods have segregated spots on my plate unless they're destined to be together. You know, like a shepherd's pie. They can mix because it's supposed to. But no, I don't touch foods together. Yeah.
So do you have like plates with compartments? So
No, my brother teases me to buy me one. He's like, I'm gonna get you a compartment plate. I'm trying to think of something that I eat that maybe is weird, but I don't know. Chocolate covered potato chips are delicious.
Yes, they are. They are so good.
French fries dipped in a Frosty or a milkshake. That's really good.
Yep.
They
the Wendy's fries too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it does.
Those are good.
Yeah, that's delicious. Fries in, like, I know people used to think, you know, fries in mayo. People did that all the time in the 90s. That was the thing. Here, at least. French fries in mayo.
Like,
it is
just dipping it in mayo and...
It's really good.
It became a thing at our school when like we got a lot of Hispanic kids started coming to our school and they started doing it, and then it just like caught on like wildfire.
So it's a Hispanic tradition.
It was like the thing, yeah, we were like, what's this craziness you're doing with this mayonnaise?
But then hey, I would trust them. They had tacos, so I'm going with
right?
They gave me tacos. I will try their French fries and mayo, and it's delicious.
Okay, this is not at all weird or anything, but it is just one of my favorite things on earth, and it is a guilty pleasure for me, is a good grilled cheese sandwich. Just a plain old grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep.
I love grilled cheese.
It's so beautiful.
It is.
It's so good.
Sarah,
let's have a moment of silence for grilled cheese.
Okay, when the problem is though, when we go out, I mean, we'll go to like a diner, and they want to charge like $8 or $9 for a grilled cheese, and they call it a happy waitress.
There's a tomato on it.
$9 for 2 pieces of bread and probably 1, maybe 2 slices of cheese. $9?
It's worth it though. It's
because it's grilled cheese. And I think my grilled cheese is better than a diner grilled cheese, so am I paying that much money for it?
Okay, I have to say, I married someone who makes an excellent grilled cheese sandwich. Mm-hmm. See, God knew what he was doing in that on that account.
That's it.
He did. The Lord really set me up, because Khalif makes a mean grilled cheese sandwich.
That's it. When he created Khalif, he put in him the ability to make that just for you.
He did. He gave him that talent just for me.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, and one of my favorite things, guacamole. I love guacamole.
Guacamole. I like guacamole, too.
That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Guacamole makes me very happy.
Yeah.
That's a guilty pleasure only because it's so fattening. It's so many calories, but it's so good.
It's healthy fat.
Yeah.
Avocados
are
healthy fat.
But those calories add up pretty fast, though.
Yep.
They do. I think one of my guilty pleasures, other than Nutella, is like, you know, like you get the jars of hot fudge from the store. Well, we can't have jars of hot fudge because I will eat it with a spoon. I'll put it in the fridge and then eat it because it's like frosting and it's amazing. Matt will come out and walk by the fridge and I'll be standing there with a spoon in the jar and he's like, having your hot fudge, huh? And he makes fun of me and I got this guilty face, you know, but it is so good. Same thing with like frosting, store-bought frosting. That's why I make my own, because I will eat the jar of store-bought frosting. I don't know. There's something, the fatty and the creaminess of it. It's like, I don't even need cake. You can keep the cake. Let me have the frosting.
See, that's honestly,
yes.
Once again, God knew what he was doing, because I love cake and I don't like it with too much frosting. I always give Khalif my extra frosting. So he takes all the frosting.
The cake, to me,
and I want the cake.
Is I put the cake on its side and I will eat around the frosting, and I will eat all of the cake in between, and I just have like frosting columns just lined up. I love that.
Good. You know, it's also good with cake. This is, I don't know, my dad did this when I was growing up. And so, like, my whole family does it, is you take the cake and, like, after, you know, like, let it be a little dry. Okay, so, and then you take it and you put it in the bowl, you cut the slice in half and put the frosting side down, and then pour evaporated milk all over the top of it and eat it with a spoon. It's so,
Wow.
it's so
I
good.
don't even know what to say. Yeah, but that's like a what's the cake that Shay makes, babe?
The tres leches.
Spanish cake.
Tres leches.
Yeah, like that's like
Yeah.
a tres leches cake.
Yeah, but I don't like tres leches.
But you want the dry cake with the evaporated milk all on it. Okay.
I do.
Gotcha.
My dad fed it to me when I was a baby, so I'm pretty sure there's something there, you know?
Gotcha.
I blame my dad.
Rob said he liked French fries dipped in tartar sauce.
I've never tried it.
I've seen people doing that. I don't like tartar sauce.
I don't think I've just never had tartar sauce often in my life.
I don't like fish or any of its little friends, so fish and tartar sauce. I've never had the reason to try tartar sauce.
I see it was Corey Williams. He said, my kids love PB&J on the Foreman grill. Me personally, I can't have it without milk, and milk doesn't like me.
Yeah, I have
to have it with milk.
Yeah, I have to have, same thing, I have to have it with milk.
It's just
Real milk. I tried it the other day with almond milk. I was so mad because almond milk is expensive, and I had to pour half a cup out because I'm like, this stuff is just not meant for drinking. It's meant for smoothies.
it is. I can't just drink almond milk either.
Yeah. It's not even, like, it has nothing to do with milk. It's really just almond juice. I wish they wouldn't even call it milk. Just because it's sort of white, don't call it milk.
Haters. Actually, I just started liking it. So
No,
I didn't care for it before. Like, I just put it in smoothies too, but now I like it. So Kylie's just against it now.
I will drink the dark chocolate almond milk by itself. That's good. But like the vanilla stuff and the unsweetened stuff, it's got to be something. Yeah, I tried, but
I actually had it with cereal and I didn't mind it. And I have never done that before.
I have tried it, the vanilla kind with cereal. It can't be the unsweetened kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay, so Susan, yeah, you and Susan, Sarah, you guys, she says, I think they should make fine china like those school trays so everything stays separate.
thank you.
Now, I'm a
Susan and I are
mixer.
destined to be friends.
I think so.
See?
We can eat a meal together and know that we won't be making fun of each other because we know.
Lori's questioning the milk-soaked cake. I don't know about the one that Sarah made, but tres leches cake, and I can't say it with the accent to make it sound all fancy, but you have to try that. Get someone who can make it, authentic person who can make it. It is so good, and the cake isn't even like a wet, soggy. It's not even soggy. I think they just make it so dense that it withstands it. So it's juicy kind of, but it's sweet, and it's just really good. It has no chocolate, and I still like it.
Yeah.
No, it is a great cake.
Yeah. I'm not sold on it, but I'll stick with my evaporated milk cake.
Or you can try the dried out cake with evaporated milk.
Yeah.
Let us know how that turns out.
It's important to put the frosting side down in the bowl.
Frosting side down.
Okay. Don't forget that.
Keep the can of evaporated milk near you, so if you hit a dry spot, you can just pour some more on.
Okay, I'm not the only one. At least when I was a kid, and my parents would buy American cheese, or even when my grandfather used to get the block of government cheese, I would just go.
I know what block you're talking about. Okay.
At least with the American cheese, I would really go like in the middle of the night and then just start opening up the individual wrappers and then just eating the cheese by itself. And I would probably, like, by the time I'm done, I have like 15 wrappers scattered around, and I'm trying to like pick them all up and condensed them real small and then put them in the corner in the bottom of the garbage. And then when they're like, what happened with the cheese? And I don't know. I guess you guys had sandwiches. You didn't keep.
I don't know.
You know, I'm like a kid and just eating, just constantly, just eating all this cheese. It was just ridiculous. I would do it so often. And then my palate got sophisticated. So I would have bread, one slice of bread, and then put mayonnaise on it, and then just put one slice of cheese and then fold that in half. And I would have like 4 of those lined up. Like I was plating it in a restaurant. I would really line them up all fancy and then go in my room and just eat my little mayonnaise cheese sandwich.
Okay, that is interesting.
That was so good.
Oh man, I don't know.
I have a grilled cheese sandwich question. When I was a kid, I guess before I could actually make a grilled cheese sandwich on the stove, I would turn the toaster on the side and put the slice of bread with the cheese on the bottom and then a slice on the top and then press it until it shot out and it came together. Have you ever done that?
No.
I've never done it, but I've seen it in one of those life hack.
Yeah, that's where I thought.
That's hilarious because I used to do that as a kid. Like I was like, ooh, I can have a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah.
I used to toast the bread and then put the cheese on it, and then I realized that one slice of cheese was not as big as the one slice of bread. So I would take a second one and start breaking it apart and making sure every square inch of the bread is covered with cheese, and then I would put it in the microwave for. I started off at a minute, and then a minute was too long, and I backed it all the way down to 43 seconds. So I know 43 seconds is the perfect time, and when it hits 15 seconds is when you put your second slice of toast in. So that's hot enough so that both parts melted. And if you really like the cheese, you'll cover both pieces of bread and then bring them together. Now, I don't know why I'm fat though. Like I don't know how this happened. But yeah, so that's my way. That's the way that I used to make grilled cheese when I wasn't allowed to use the frying pan. And Lori,
I remember when I used to try to make them in the microwave, and then the bread would get too soft, and I wasn't happy.
See, you needed me there to kind of fix the time for you and make sure you toast it first. And
yes, I needed you to guide me.
I'll work with you. It's okay. Sorry, we can still do it, even though we can use the frying pan.
Well, actually, no. Now I'm good because I'm married to you, and you just make them for me, and they're perfect, so it's all good.
So Lori said that she likes my cheese and mayo sandwich idea. She likes them, and Lola also likes them as well. So there's a few people out there, and Rob is letting us know that he just found out that Walmart has almond milk eggnog.
Ooh, I may have to try that. That sounds good.
So I don't know, almond milk. So I don't think my things were too bad, right?
Well, except for you eating a whole package of American cheese, not really.
You know what? I saw an episode of The Simpsons, and Homer did that one night. Like, he woke up in the middle of the night and just started eating the sliced cheese.
But I don't think Homer's the kind of person you want to be in good company with either.
You know what? I weigh more than Homer. Homer Simpson was supposed to be so fat, and, like, he was a glutton. He weighs 239 pounds. Sorry, just figured I'd put that out there. 239 pounds.
Okay. I'm sorry, my computer froze, so I missed a lot of things.
We were talking about the fact that Homer Simpson isn't really fat.
Oh, that's what it is?
That Homer Simpson weighs 239 pounds, and so he would be like the after pictures for a lot of, men in the weight loss community. But on the show, he was always the big glutton and just so fat and out of shape, and and they gave his weight as 239 pounds. When he tried to go on disability, all he had to do was get up to 300 pounds. And once he got to 300 pounds, he was considered morbidly obese, and he was disabled and didn't have to work anymore. I just had to throw the Simpsons trivia out there like that.
Right. I guess after you showed them your Homer Simpson slippers in your food video too. Yeah. Apparently you love Homer so much. Homer's his hero.
I mean, as you can see, most of my stuff was fat, and I'm willing to try anything. If anybody wants to make something that you think is weird, as long as I can handle the texture, I'm okay with it. It can't be. I can't mix textures like a tomato. Tomatoes probably taste good, but I can't eat them because of the mixed texture, like the gooiness and the hard. I can't do that. It needs to pick one.
So send Khalif some eyeballs and he'll try it.
As long as you cook it correctly, though. Zen said a peanut butter banana rolled in a crepe with Nutella.
Yes.
Oh boy, you said the magic word.
That's so good.
Alright, so do you guys have anything else, any guilty pleasures or any healthy foods that are just so gross that you wouldn't eat them to save your life? Want to make sure we cover them all.
Yes.
I haven't been too disgusted by much, except for that cottage cheese.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much. I mean, like I said, I try most things, so there isn't too much that I say, oh, this is so gross. I tried Brussels sprouts for the first time like a year or two ago and really liked them. That we buy them now sometimes. So I just always heard that was something the kids didn't like. But they aren't bad. You know, that's something.
I know people don't like okra. So I think, but that's probably depending on how it's prepared too.
Okra is gross. I won't say what okra reminds me of because some people have weak stomachs, but I just say okra was gross to me. My mother would fry it all the time.
At least you had it fried. Like in Jamaica, we put it in soup, so we actually boil it, so you get all the gooiness in its natural form, so it doesn't go anywhere. But you just get used to it.
All right, guys. So it looks like we're at the end of the show. We ran out of time talking about food. That's always the best way to do something to make a show go by quickly. Just get together and talk about it.
Exactly.
So everybody out there watching, thank you guys for your suggestions, and thank you guys just for having fun with us for this hour. We're gonna be back with you next week. I do want to just remind you guys about the podcast that we're gonna have a big launch for it starting next week with a giveaway. We are in touch with a couple of companies to just try to give some things away. Unfortunately, Sarah, one of them is Quest. So we're hoping to just put together a huge giveaway and encourage you guys to download the podcast and to rate it and all that stuff. But you'll hear more about it when we make a video talking about that and a blog post and all that. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great week.
Bye.